My name is Klaus from Gaffa Media, and I'm here on a production in sunny South Tyrol in the northern part of Italy. And in one of our breaks, I thought I would take the time to talk a little bit of tripods, especially why you as a videographer is having a huge set of benefits by choosing a dedicated video tripod instead of using a photography tripod or a photo tripod. Let's take, for instance, this here is a pretty classical photo tripod. And when you're out doing photography, it's very easy because your camera is light. You can lift it up. It's very easy to adapt the lengths of the legs, and you can do each three of them one after another. When you want to tilt your camera on your photo head, you can tilt it in the position that you need to, and these things is a little bit more difficult when you are having a heavy video camera on your tripod. So let's look at some of the things that really sets the video tripod apart from the photography tripod. One of them is that if I'm a sole operator and I need to raise my tripod, I can't do like I did with the photography tripod because we're working with a lot of kilos. So instead we're having these quick locks where we just quickly loosen all three legs. We raise the camera to the position we want and we can quickly lock them, and we have raised our camera single-handed. Or if we need to lower it, it's just the other way around. And boom, we're at a new position. One other thing is that we are having, like on this tripod here from Sackler, we're having a spreader, which helps us keep even distance between the legs and making sure that none of the legs is slipping for us. If we look down here at the bottom of them, it's also made for that we can easily, right now it's on feet, but we can easily switch them off and then turn it into spikes. The next step I would say that separates a video tripod is the head. And that's where one of the areas where you can also adapt your photography tripod by simply putting on a video head on it. But one of the biggest difference for a video head is that we're having an option where we actually can loosen the center column and then we can swivel around our camera. So we don't need to level the tripod, but we are sort of levering the head on top of the tripod. And the benefit of doing that compared to over here on the photo tripod, where we also could open up our head and level our camera, is that with a video camera we need to be able to pan. And to be able to pan and get a nice fluid movement where the horizontal is also horizontal throughout the pan, then we need to have a center column which is in level. And that's not possible to do on the photography head. So one of the most used things we're doing with a video camera when we're moving it on a tripod is either pan or tilt. And that's what we're having here, what's called a fluid head. When we're, for instance, panning with our camera, we're having the benefit here that we can set different levels of resistance. And that means that we can make our camera so it's completely loose and it just moves on its own. Or I can go to the highest setting, which you see the moment I stop applying force, the camera stops. So there you can find a setting that fits you the best to get the smooth pan that you're looking for. The same thing is possible to do in our tilt up and down. As you can see here, this here is quite a heavy setup where we're having a long lens on, we're having a heavy battery or a high capacity battery on the back, which of course adds some kilos to the setup as well. So if I just let go of the camera, you can see it's slightly front heavy, so it goes a little bit to the front. And that's one of the things that we can adjust, where we can slide our camera back and forth here to simply make it as center on the weight as possible. So one last thing I would like to point out when we're talking about a video head, that is how easy it is to put your camera on the head and take it off, because we're working with a lot of kilos, and especially if you are a sole operator, it's quite important. Here on the Sackler system, we're having a sort of a speed lock that you just loosen the screw, you push one button and you can take off your camera. Where when you need to put it on, you just put it on, slide it down, lock the screw, and your camera is fixed. So to sum it up, what are the things you should look for as a videographer when you're choosing a tripod and head for your video camera? First of all, I would go for a system where you easily can switch between having spikes or level feeds. That means that you can use the setup on uneven ground like here, or you can mount the flat feeds when you're shooting with it indoor. A system with a spreader makes it easy for you to quickly set up the camera with the same distance between the legs and without risking that one of the legs all of a sudden starts sliding under the heavy weight of the camera. A quick release system or quick lock system like on this tripod from Sachtler makes it easy for you to, as a single operator, to quickly lower or raise your setup. An adjustable center column makes it easy to level the camera so you're getting nice smooth pans. Low weight is definitely an important factor if you're not always working in a studio, but you're maybe hiking to a location like here. I can tell you that you will love every single gram that you're saving on your tripod and head when you need to walk with it on the shoulder for half an hour. And lastly, the head, a high quality fluid head that gives nice soft movements and which has a system that allows you to easily take your camera off the head and put it back on. So if you have been, thank you for watching.